But I guess we can take a look at Neuvillette Burgeon with Columbina. But what exactly do we want here? Is this even good? I mean, I guess it's fine, right? Columbina burst duration is not long enough to be full uptime in Neuvillette teams, right? But I guess it's fine with this, right? If you do a 24-second rotation, you can get 2 of these. Or sorry, you can get like all 4 of these buffed, right? What would your rotation look like? Neuvillette E, Lauma EQ, Durin EEQ, Columbina EQ, probably. Then Neuvillette CA, QE, Lauma Hold E, Neuvillette 3CA. Right? So basically the same thing as what you do on the Raiden version of the team. Or sorry, on the Farina version of the team. You do get to vape Columbina's burst here, which is nice. And you could always QE instead of EQ if the EQ like has bad timings for your vapes. Doesn't change anything. Wouldn't Dark Mode Durin deal more damage? He's not vaping a single time. You have Lauma on the team here. Alright, and you'd have for now. Actually, what do the ER requirements look like here? 3, 1.8, 1, 0.6, 2, 1.2. I did that a while ago. We like this is basically what this team was, right? But we did the Columbina charge attacks here, and it was pretty fucking good. Anyway, so we have Neuvillette, Lauma, Durin, Columbina. Neuvillette, energy. He should be catching 4 from his own. And then out of the... How many particles does Columbina make again? It's 4/3 every 4 seconds, so a third per second. So in a... Okay, technically you can maybe do a 24-second rotation here, but I feel like in practice it'll be a little bit more. So let's do 26. 25. Actually, we have the full skill duration, right? So it's... And it lasts for 20 seconds, right? No, it lasts for 25, right? Yeah, never mind. So we don't have full skill. Well, we do. Well, whatever. We have 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then 24 probably. So 7 instances, right? So you generate about 9 particles. Let's say Neuvillette catches 5, doesn't catch 4. Well, if we were doing some charge attacks on Columbina instead of Neuvillette charge attacks, probably not. I don't think so. Then for the rest, Lauma, what's Lauma's particle generation again? It's the same, right? Yeah, it's straight up the same. All right, every 2 hits is 4/3. This is full uptime, so in a 26-ish second rotation, it's about 8 particles, 9 particles. Let's say 4 caught, 4 non-caught. And then Durin is 4. If we don't have any favs... Huh. Neuvillette's burst cost is 70, right? So about 30% ER requirement on him. Lauma, right? It was I said I was assuming a total of 8. It should be 1, 7. Then she catches the 4 from Neuvillette. And then doesn't catch the other 4, doesn't catch 8 of Columbina's and 4 of those, right? Then 0 to... Her burst cost is 60. So her energy requirements is 184. Pretty easy to reach that with substats plus spindle loot. Durin for 0, 1 from Lauma, 1 from Columbina. 8, 7, 8. Yeah. His burst cost was 70. He gets 30 refund. ER requirement, pretty fucking low as well. You're fine with just Iron Sting. And finally, Columbina. Columbina is equal to... So she only catches 1 of her own particles. So then you have 8 and 8 non-caught. Then you have maybe 1 particle from Lauma. Okay. We could also battery the Neuvillette E into Columbina to make her ER requirement go down by 15%. I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe. Is Columbina charge attack swappable? That's a good question, but probably not. You think there's any team where Sidegrade makes sense versus Proto Amber? This is the team where you could use Sidegrade. Because the 43 is very achievable through substats. It's not, like, ideal, but it's not awful either. I wonder what sets you want to go here, actually. Because you definitely want Sky on Neuvillette. Then you want Serenade on someone. You want Deepwood on someone, right? So the question is, out of these three characters, who goes on a damage set? What's better between Gilded Lauma, Flop Durin, and what's it called? Fucking Dawn Columbina. The reason why I'm not certain that it's going to be Dawn Columbina is because Columbina's ER requirements are high enough for the 2-piece Serenade to actually make a difference here. Lauma should be on SMS for ER requirement. She doesn't need to be. Trust me, if you've ever, like, you'll know this if you've ever played Neuvillette Lauma teams, her ER requirements are fucking trivial as hell. They are not a problem. Durin Shirley, right? With double hydro, you're getting a ton of blooms. Yeah, but Flop isn't actually that big of a DPS upgrade. And, like, yeah, you're getting a lot of blooms, but you're also getting a lot of other things. Your damage is, like, very split in between a lot of different sources. I think for now, I'll just assume that you have the effects of Serenade and Deepwood, and I'll try all of them individually. So I guess we'll start with Dawn on Columbina. And then weapons. So, this is actually a team where we could do Sack Jade, and it would be really fucking good. But I don't like assuming Sack Jade, so I don't know if I should. Neuvillette on Proto Amber. The thing is, he doesn't really need the extra ER from Proto Amber. Like, I'm pretty sure the optimal distribution is just double Sack Jade. But I don't know about that. Let's look at Amber for now. Amber, Spindle Loot, Iron Sting, and Amber as well. Not that you fucking need it, but I guess. You know what? I'll just do Sack Jade on both. I can't be bothered, man. Fav, this is not a team where you want to go Fav. The ER requirements are too low. Could you also look at the 4-star Nullcry craftable on Columbina? It's not going to be that good, but it'll be fine, I guess, yeah. But her damage is split. She has a lot of non-lunar damage, especially in a team like this where she vapes. Anyways, you're getting a total of 11 pyro applications that will lead to vapes. Honestly, does it matter who vapes between Neuvillette and Columbina? I feel like it kind of doesn't. I feel like they gain about a similar amount, right? Anyways, then we get how many applications from Neuvillette? Out of the four charge attacks, you have 4 on the first one, 4 on the second one, and then 4, I think, because ICD gets a little cooked when you do consecutive charge attacks. Anyways, then you have the 2 E's and the Q, so that's 18 hydro apps. Columbina has 1 from the cast, 1 from the burst, and then yeah, we're gonna say 25-second rotation, so you get 12 from the skill. Total of 32 apps. Out of those 32 apps, 11 will vape, the rest will bloom, right? But realistically, you're probably not getting the full 21 because there's probably going to be some finicky stuff where aura expires or stuff like that. So let's assume like 15 for now. We'll lowball it at 15. So 15 Burgeons, 11 vapes. And I don't think we need to look at who's triggering the reaction because I'm pretty sure that whether it's Neuvillette or Columbina, it ends up doing a similar amount of damage, right? Because Neuvillette's motion value and Columbina's skill motion value are very similar, and I think their amount of effective HP will also be fairly similar. So whether you get a vape on a Neuvillette charge attack hit or on a Columbina skill hit, I think it's pretty much the same. Let's say 10 out of 11 vapes. Okay, Neuvillette base HP is 14,695. Anyways, HP percent. So, for now, we look at Sidegrade R1. So 32% from Sidegrade, 46.6 from main stat. This is definitely a team that goes damage goblet. 25 from resonance, 20 from substats. That should be it. Flat HP. I should just have this say HP because most of these characters are HP anyways. Total HP. All right. Damage percent. What do we have? We have Goblet. We have his passive, about 28 average. It might be a little bit less, like 25 average, because we don't have a dedicated healer. Okay. Do we have any other sources of damage percent? Right. We have Deepwood. We have Serenade, neither of which give damage percent. Sack Jade doesn't give damage percent. Neuvillette's Kid only has that 20, like up to 30 from the passive. Or this artifact set doesn't give us damage percent, so that's it, right? We're really low on damage percent, huh? That's fine. Elemental Mastery. So you have 40 from Sackjade R1, 120 from Serenade, 80-ish from substats. That should be it. Yeah, Multiplier. The only reaction he triggers is Vape here, in terms of like dealing damage. So it's just the Vape, yeah, Multiplier. Doesn't Dawn give 80? Dawn is only to the active character that it gives 80. How different is Magatozzi on Neuvillette? It'll increase his personal damage, but I think the team DPS will be lower because Sky gives it 10% reaction damage to the team. Alright, crit value. 98.4, 62.2, 20 times 6.6. 60 from Sky, 36.8 times 2 from Sack Jade, and that's it. Right? Yes. Do you have 80 EM from Sky? I think so. That's what this 80 was, right? Yeah, I think so. No, that was substats. You're right, I forgot about it. Thank you. Crit multiplier. Effective attack. Total HP times 1 plus damage percent times EM multiplier. We're gonna need more rows, aren't we? Okay, so this is the effective HP on a vaped charge attack. Effective HP on an unvaped. Wait, I forgot the fucking crit. Oopsie. On an unvaped charge attack. Effective HP on a vaped skill or burst hit. And on an unvaped skill or burst hit. Lunar, we don't care. Lauma, he's not getting any procs. Transformative, he's not getting any procs. Motion value. So, let's say that out of the 10 vapes you get, I don't know, maybe 5 of them on Columbina, 5 of them on Neuvillette, 4 of them on Columbina, 6 of them on Neuvillette. I don't know, man. 13.45 times, let's say 4, 3, 4. Let's say 4 of the charge attacks are vape, and then 1 of the skills. And then not the burst or the second skill. Perhaps. Maybe. I think that's reasonable. Probably. Perhaps. Hopefully. Anyways. Times, we have 2 stacks, so 1.25. And times 2 because it's vaped. Then unvaped, we don't have the times 2. We have a total of 32 charge attack hits, right? And out of those 32 charge attack hits, we're vaping 4, so that leaves 28 unvaped. Then we're vaping a skill, 21.87 times 2. And we are not vaping 21.87 and 37.84 with 15.48 times 2. Okay. No, none of this. And then damage is effective HP times motion value times the shred multiplier, which is, in this team, Lauma is the only source of Hydro Shred, so 1.075, and defense multiplier, which gives us a total damage of 900k with 36k DPS. Next, we have Columbina. Columbina HP. I believe she goes HP Sands here, or Hydro Goblet here as well. So she'll end up with pretty much the same stats as Neuvillette because she has the same base HP, which is really funny. On Dawn, with Sack-Jade, our ER requirements are a little bit higher. So maybe we sacrifice 1 roll of HP, 2 rolls of crit for it. Are those Sack-Jades R1? Yes. Damage percent, yeah. Elemental Mastery, Sack-Jade, Dawn, substats, Serenade. EM multiplier for Lunar Bloom is 1.21 times 6 times EM divided by 2000 plus EM plus 1 plus Dawn 60%, Serenade and Sky 20%. Ascend and Gleam bonus from Durin is going to be at like 15%, maybe even less, like 12%, because Durin does not build a lot of attack. Is that it here? No, 40% from her burst. Yeah. Okay. Crit value. We have this, we have this, we have this. We don't have this, instead it's 30% here. We also have 40% from the Lunar Bloom from Lauma. Okay. Effective HP, vaped. Yeah. And then unvaped. Yeah. And then Lunar. Wait, am I an idiot? I am an idiot. This is looking at the wrong crit. It's supposed to look at this one. And then for this, it looks at the EM multiplier here. And it looks at this one. Yeah. Lauma. How much is a Lauma quill for her? It's 377.8 of Lauma's EM multiplied by the crit multiplier. Yeah, that's it. She obviously doesn't do any burgeons, so she doesn't get any of that. Motion value. So we said she's getting 5 vapes. Maybe that's too much, honestly. Maybe we should just assume 4 and 6 on Neuvillette. It doesn't really matter that much. Columbina. We're definitely going to go out of our way to vape the burst, so 54.6.8. Sorry. And then 4 vaped skill hit, 15.9 times 4. And then unvaped, the remaining 8 skill hits, 15.9 times 8. The initial cast, 28.4. And that should be all, right? Yep. Next up, we have the lunar motion value, which is 3.4 times 5. And we get 4 of these this time, right? And then the number of hits from Lauma. So we said we're getting 15 burgeons, right? And we're getting 20 of these. Oh, that's nice, actually. That means that you're getting the Lauma buff on all of them, right? Because you'll have 15 Lauma quills used on Durin, right? 21 left. 20 used on the 4 hits of Columbina's skill. That's 1 left. And 1 used on Lauma's Holy. So you actually use exactly 36 with these assumptions. That's hilarious. Anyways, we need to have Lauma's EM. So 315.2 base, spindle loot, main stats, substats, serenade. Should be all, right? Okay, then this is fine. And then the lunar damage. How much shred do we have? We have 20 shred from Durin, 30 from Deepwood, 25 from Lauma. Right, so that's 75 shred. So 1.325. Yup. Okay. Next up is Lauma. So 255, 510. Attack percent, basically nothing. Damage percent, let's have her on Deepwood for now. EM multiplier, she's only really triggering... Am I an idiot, chat? I am an idiot. I was calculating Columbina's lunar damage with a 1.5 EM instead of 320. Okay, a little bit higher. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, for Lauma, We don't have her. We don't have the Dawn thing for her. We do have the Ascending Gleam, the 2-piece or the 4-piece set bonuses of Serenade and Sky, and Columbina's Burst. Crit value is going to be a lot lower, right? We don't have crit Ascension. We don't have crit main stat. We do have substats, but maybe not quite as many. I also said I would remove some substat. Wait, before we do that. Yeah, we don't have this. Or this, but we do have the 40% CV. Yeah. I said I was going to remove some substats from Columbina for the ER requirements, and I didn't do that. There we go. Anyways, then we have this square divided by +1, and then 1 plus this divided by 2 minus 10. No, divided by 4 minus 10 times this divided by 2 minus 20. Okay. Then effective attack here. We don't have any sort of EM multiplier. We just have this. Yup. Effective EM. Yup. And then lunar. No. There we go. Lunar is going to be effective EM here. But instead of damage percent, we look at EM multiplier. And then these should look at this. Yeah. And I put it in the wrong cell, of course, because I'm an idiot, but it's fine. Motion value. Lauma. Where are you, Lauma? Dendro. So, 206.7. Don't say it, chat. Shut up. 206.7. 268.7. And 163.2 times 12. 326.4 times 12. 258.4 times 3. Next, we also need to have the Lauma own quill thingy. Which is going to be this, right? That makes sense. Then 1.325. Yeah. And finally, we have Durin damage. 347. 510. You know, for the motion value, it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. So I'm just going to copy this and change it a little. Right? Look at the total attack. We should have a total of 20 hits. So this should basically be it, right? Yeah. And then attack percent. Yeah. Whee! Okay. Then damage percent will be basically nothing. Like actually literally nothing. EM. Main stat. Substats. Iron Sting. Serenade. EM multiplier. Crit value. Effective attack. Yeah, that's a little pathetic, huh? Transformative. 4341 times EM multiplier. And then Lauma proc for 77.8 times Lauma's EM. Dude, why do I keep... There we go. So team DPS is at 124k here. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be the best distribution for sure. Pretty good. It is pretty good. It's also worse than using Sucrose here instead of Neuvillette. So yeah. Let's see how it goes with HP main stat. Maybe it is better. Plus 46.6. No, it's 150 DPS lower. No, yeah, 170. No, it's 70. Math is hard, man. It's less than 100 DPS behind. The fact that one of these numbers has one more digit showing up is making my brain struggle to keep up. Okay. Yeah, it's 150. But yeah, it basically doesn't matter. New Neuvillette Sidegrade just dropped. Yes, sir. Although I think it's reasonable to call this an upgrade. But it's also worse than not having Neuvillette here.